Hey Frank, this is Scott Barlow. Hey, just wanted to go ahead and try and show you some of this stuff here. What I did and what I sent over for you is something that probably takes a little bit of time to figure it out, but once you understand it, it's not too hard. So this is on Adobe Audition. This is Adobe Audition only. This is not going to work for some other types of software. So I'm not sure what you're using or if you're having somebody else edit your stuff. If you are, then again, this is only going to work for Adobe Audition, but probably something you're going to want to do no matter what software you have. So the first thing that I can see is that right in this particular area right here is there's a gap. You see those black lines, they almost intersect. That means that there's an area of space where there's no talking. So if I go ahead and I can actually blow that up here in just a second, and there's a couple of different ways to do that. Can hit the plus bar on Adobe Audition, and it's going to just go ahead and blow it up nice and big there. And then I can see that there's several areas, right over in that area where there's no talking, and another area right here. The one looks a little bit cleaner, but I'll go ahead and play these through here. So this one over here, same thing. You can hear that there's no talking, just the really pretty loud background noise, ambient noise, white noise is what it's called. Again, so this one on the right here does sound a little bit cleaner, looks a little bit cleaner too, so it's probably more true as to what is actually going on, what is picking up. So if I blow that up a little bit more here, then what I'm going to do is go up here to Effects. I'm going to look for noise reduction, capture noise print. So I want the noise print of what this ambient noise actually is. I'm going to click OK, and then it's going to, from there, capture that. I'll go back to noise reduction restoration. I'm going to process it. So this is actually going to show me right in here what that noise actually looks like. And really all it's showing is just a couple of pieces of information. First of all, I'm going to want to it's going to show me that I'm reducing by 40 decibels, and then select the entire file here. That way it applies to the entire file. But like I said, it's going to reduce by 40 decibels, and then this is 100%. So it's going to reduce 100% of the noise.
Lead Like a Marine, Episode 7. Welcome to Lead Like a Marine, where we talk to Marines about transition and leadership.
So as you can hear, it's pretty clean. If you hear a clicking on this recording, I'm not sure if that'll go through.
I would have been a little more patient, a little more quiet, and I would have been listening
So on,
especially
off,
early on. I think because I was kind of still
off,
adjusting
toggle on and
and
off,
trying to feel significant.
And you can hear the
I
difference.
guess,
It's pretty large difference,
making
actually.
the transition.
So again, I'll just go ahead and apply that. And like I said, you could hear the difference there when I turned it, toggled it on, toggled it off, what the white noise is versus not. And one's pretty distracting when you listen to it, and your listeners will, they'll notice it. And then other times, if there's just a little bit of stuff, it's not that big of a deal. So this is going to finish up here to process, and then I can, let me go back over here. You can see right in there that there's no noise left. There was a nice big buzzy chunk
transition
before.
You'd have done differently?
Oh, gosh.
See, now you can hear that there's nothing in there. There is a little bit of noise distortion that came from using that effect, and we can get rid of that actually just by going over here to amplitude and compression and using dynamics processing. Now, this is something that I'd used before on your other episode, so this is something that took me a little bit of time messing with, but this is probably something that'll work for this episode too, and I'm just going to go ahead and apply it. But up here, this is the amount of decibels. At 30 decibels, it's starting to drop off, and I reduce it pretty drastically. So all this is saying is any sound below a certain amount of decibels is going to be reduced very, very drastically. And that's what's going to get rid of those very, very low sounding very, very low sounding distortions and other things that really just aren't adding a lot of value.
Well, I guess it goes back to, you said getting over yourself. I think I would have.
So you can hear that all that's just gone. It's really.
I would have been, I think early on, some of the mistakes I made is because of, I would have been a little more patient, a little more quiet.
All of these right in there. All these areas, they're
especially early on.
Just
I think because I was
compressed, so they can't get through. I'm going to go ahead and apply that, and then that's going to take just about 10, 15, 20 seconds, something along those lines. That makes it really, really nice and easy. So this is something that again isn't too hard to do if you know a little bit about sound, a little bit about audio equipment. I used to do studio recording, so it comes pretty easily for me. But hopefully this is helpful. And again, I'm not sure what type of software you use, but this is something you're absolutely going to want to do to get rid of all of this extra sound, just these couple of things. And these are just a couple of mini tricks. But this is what I have my editor do, that I work with in our team to be able to produce our podcast. So hopefully, like I said, this is helpful. And this is